Education is the movement from darkness to light. Quoted by Alan Bloom, one of the most famous one-liners in the history. Good morning, everyone. My name is Azoon, and I'm a student of class 10. Today, I'll be presenting a small session on education to enlighten the world. To start with, I'd like to give some background on my own journey through education. So, the initial 3 years of my academics were done at a school in my locality. It was pretty strange there. It was an English medium school, but it turns out that it had just one period dedicated for English every week. By the time I was in the 3rd grade, I barely knew how to even spell my brother's name, because he's got the longest name in my family. Now, my father, being disappointed on my language skills, he decided to get me enrolled into this new school. Now here comes the fun. As a fresher in this new school, I was completely unaware of the traditions they had. On the very first day, all the freshers were called onto stage and asked to introduce ourselves, and that too in English. Now I was like, what? For how should a student who had spent 3/4 of his academics at a school which left him with no language and communication skill have known to introduce himself? God save the noble child. Anyway, on that day, I somehow managed to say what my name is and quickly find my way back to the seat. I can assure you that I couldn't quite enjoy the applause that I had received on that day. So, one thing is quite clear here, folks. Looking back on my journey on how far I've come, the thing that separates the me of today and the me of that day is this one little thing that we all call education. So what is education? Education, as a scientist described it, is a process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skill, values, beliefs, and habits. It is the third eye of prison, because when we receive education, we get to know things in the world without even seeing them. It is that material which enriches our knowledge and wisdom, which helps us to develop our ideas and concept. Talking about education, learning is the major factor related to education. If you learn new things, you'll educate more and more. And without education, you'll not be able to explore new ideas, which means you'll not be able to develop this world. Because without ideas, there is no creativity. And without creativity, no development has ever taken place. Now, it is often asked that why is it that we should be educated? Why is it that we should be educated? Well, I gave myself over 2 days time to think about it. And it seems to me that education is the tool which provides the people the required knowledge, skill, and techniques, and most important of all, it enables a person to know about his or her rights and duties towards their family, their society, and obviously the nation. Second, education helps develop the capabilities to fight injustice, violence, and corruption, and many other factors in young minds. Above all, personally, what I feel the most important is education helps to expand the vision or the outlook to see the world, as it has been in the case of mine. Boys and girls, looking back on my journey over the past 5 to 6 years that began on that very first day, the education that I have received has transformed me into what I am today. As of today, I've found interests that I never knew existed. I've achieved what I thought were the greatest milestones I could ever achieve. I've inculcated many new habits in me. Today, I'm able to express my feelings and share my thoughts and ideas with others. Let's wrap it up here. So, in a nutshell, education is the backbone of economically and politically just and strong society. Through education, social disparities and maladies can be wiped out to a great extent. It can help in transforming people individually and through a cumulative effect, the whole society. In other words, education helps to enlighten the world that we live in. Because after all, as I said in the very beginning, education is a movement from darkness to light. Thank you. Thank you all for joining and have a good day.